Hi, everybody. My name is Nikki Hernandez, and I am with Blue today. He was a person I worked with the other week, and we talked about strategies for teaching online. So thank you for being here, Blue. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming. I'm super excited to just kind of talk with you and kind of get your thoughts on some things. So, Blue, I have a question for you. So, after we talked last Saturday, what were some of the benefits that you saw with regards to your teaching pedagogy?
I came to you, or we had a discussion because I was having a challenge between making the transition from the traditional classroom and moving into the digital classroom. And so I'm used to being in a room or at least being amongst people where I can read the body language and see what's going on and kind of respond dynamically to what's going on in the room. And I was having a hard time with that in the digital classroom. And what I noticed is that when I was teaching, there was a separate conversation that was going on in the chat that I wasn't able to participate in at the same time. So what you did was give me a strategy for how to format the flow of the class and use this word called prime and use how to use the chat to prime the instruction and get the students all on the same page and to make sure that they had clear expectations of what was going to happen and the flow of the class. And that helped me out a great deal. So the class that I just had today, I think it went really well. And it gave the students an opportunity to kind of chime in and really participate in a way that they felt, in control of what was happening.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you had a really positive experience today. Were there any other strategies that you gained from our session?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is like making sure that the students participated in the chat, but then once they participated in the chat to kind of narrate what the chat was saying. And so as they were chiming in, I would say, oh, that's a great point, or I love what you're saying. Can you say more about that? And then it kind of seamlessly translated or moved into a discussion.
Hmm.
And the discussion was even more robust because everybody had a chance to see everyone's comments, and then they, could really follow along a lot better and chime in and make sure they added on to the discussion.
Exactly. And that those strategies that we discussed, it really helps to create a dynamic classroom in this virtual world that we're living in. And like you talked about, we had, chatted about this earlier today, is that so many teachers, they feed off the energy of their students in the traditional classroom, right? Their emotional reactions, their body language, that kind of stuff you had mentioned today. So how do you feel like your class went today as far as like the energy level?
It was great. I think all of the students felt like they were empowered, they were seen, they were recognized, and a lot of them, kind of fed off of each other, which is kind of what I am used to, but I had never been able to achieve in this digital format. So I appreciate all the guidance.
Absolutely, no problem there at all. So overall, would you say that our session was productive and it was helpful for your practice? And also, who, if anybody, would you recommend this course for other teachers? If so, what types of teachers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think all teachers, I benefited. I teach at the college level. And so I'm used to, I guess a more theoretical kind of back and forth. So it was perfect for me. I'm not sure how math or science or art or any of those kind of specialized disciplines would work or how the transition would work. But for me, teaching about ideas and literature and history and books and all that kind of stuff, this format and the way that you kind of instructed me to do it, it was perfect. So any teacher I think would benefit from it, but specifically teachers who are working with ideas or trying to get students to engage in a better way than they have been in the past, or trying to make sure that they are present and accounted for and contributing to the discussion. Any teacher like that would really benefit from what you had to say.
Absolutely. I think so too. And to be honest, as far as like math teachers and things like that, these strategies work really great too. Because you and I had talked the other day about the using the private chat feature.
That's
So,
right.
for example, if you were teaching a math class and you had the kids, they were solving this complex, algebraic equation, and a lot of kids they kind of struggle with math. There might not be super confident in their abilities and things like that. So as we talked about, using the private chat to kind of build the confidence of the students, that would be super helpful in that way. Because if the kids were solving an equation and they solved it, you could say, okay, send me your answers in a private chat as opposed to the public chat, right? So there's lots of different ways that all of this transfers to different classes. And it helps to, like you said, make the students feel recognized, make them feel seen, make them feel acknowledged, make them feel valued and appreciated, for what they bring to the class. So I really, really appreciate your feedback, Blue, and I'm so glad that you could be here with me today. Thank you so
No,
much.
I appreciate you so much, and I wish you much success with your business. I think you're on to something.
Thank you so much, Blue. I will see you on our next session.
Okay. Have
Bye.
a good one. See you
You
later.
too.